Okay, in episode 3, Tirath takes the stage, sharing his journey, wisdom from every page. Unblock your stutter with stories so true. Tirath's experience will inspire you too. Okay, so
Great,
Pawandeep,
Ram.
you can
So,
take the
guys,
stage.
hi guys. Today, on 24th of August, Saturday, uh, we are having a very special guest. In fact, in our podcast series, he's our first guest. Uh, as you guys would have known, to actually face this issue. Uh, like I don't want to name it. That is why I'm saying this. To face this issue, most of our lives, the confidence takes a real hit, right? And then to have the courage to actually come to these podcasts, that means a lot. And me and Milos, we are promising you that we are going to bring you guys more guests, young, old, very young also, in the future, to share their journeys and for you guys to learn from them. All of
Exactly.
our guests will be normal people who have struggled in their lives, who are struggling in their lives, and you can relate your life's journey with our guests. So, not wasting time, we are bringing our guest. Uh, so, Ti- uh, Tirath, how are you doing today?
I'm just doing well. My day was pretty, as
Okay.
usual.
Great, great. So, guys, just to probably introduce him to all of you first. So, uh, Tirath has done his an undergraduate in B.Tech. He has completed his bachelor's in the stream of computer science, and
Same as
major his major
same.
interests lies in the field of public administration, and he has or is preparing for the UPSC back in India, as you guys must be knowing. And he is right now trying to learn and gain experience and probably try to make his life better. So great. So if you would like to maybe just probably speak on it maybe a bit, please, Tirath.
Yeah, sure. So, hey, hi, guys. I just hope you are all just doing well. So, my name is Tirath, and I'm from India. So, I I just did my to undergrad in the CSE Computer Science Engineering, as my passion lies for just public services. So here in India, there is some examination called as UPSC Civil Service, in which like if you are able to just I would say go through the examination, you would be able to serve your nation as administrator. So there are so many services in it. So according to the services, you are able to serve your nation. So apart from that, my just hobbies include swimming. So I was having the fear of water. So I think if you had something within you and you just are having some fear of it, I think the best thing is to fight against that thing. So my fear was against the water. So I just started learning swimming. So now I'm a swimmer and I'm good at it. So I think uh, this thing makes me realize that you have to make yourself out of the zone where you were living, and you have to just push hard for the limits and the potential you have. So I think, yeah.
Great. Yeah, great. Yeah, I think that your uh like your inspiration to do and to learn things is great. When did your speech impediment like
Uh, okay.
it has begun? When did it start?
Um, I'm not able to like remember the exact age, but I think when I was like of age 4 or 5, I had some issue while speaking. I used to speak, but there were so many blockages. But at that time, I was not able to recognize, okay, I'm just facing through these things. But
Okay.
my mom did. So we just went to a doctor, and just she just gave me some advice that you have to take the deep breath just before speaking. So if you do these exercise, you might be able to just, I would say, go through it. But I just realized that it was not all about the exercise. It's all about the subconscious mind you have. As if there's something in your subconscious mind, and you have the anxiety of something. So when you are going to perform that task, it may just get reflect there.
Tirath, sorry, I think your video has maybe hung up maybe. Probably you can start your video again. Probably just stop your camera and then start it again.
Or if
Now
it's
it's okay.
needed, you can.
Yeah,
Now it's okay.
I think
Like,
he's
so am I visible?
no.
It,
It's still
it is frozen.
yeah, it's still frozen
Frozen.
actually.
It's still frozen.
If
Wait.
you
Yeah.
Tirath, I think it's important that we hear you. We can see who is speaking, and that is most
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. It will
If
be
you
fine.
prefer, you can also maybe leave the call and then
Are
enter
you able
the
to see me right
call
now?
Join back
again.
again.
Okay. So I will join again.
Yeah.
I think he started a really good topic, Pawandeep, when he mentioned the doctor. I wanted to ask if he told his family that it will pass by itself, like they told my
I
family
think
as well, or
Yeah,
not.
I think in the earlier years, especially 1990s, and then in that period when we didn't have the mobile phones and laptops, I think the knowledge amongst parents was less. Yeah,
Okay,
he
he
has
wants
come.
to join.
So the knowledge amongst parents was very less. And yeah,
Hi, Tiran.
it's there now.
Yes, so just to ask you a question, because you mentioned a doctor giving your family advice. Did he give you the same advice that my family received, and that is, it will pass by itself?
My family doctor
Yeah.
gave me the advice like, you have to take a deep breath just before speaking like this. Then after that, you have to speak slowly and slowly. But as I was a kid at that time, I just didn't understand like why I have to take the deep breath, then I have to speak. So I just like I haven't followed that thing in my life. But just year by year, just started realizing like when I was around 10, 11, then the friends of mine I was able to see like they were able to speak in a I would say in a fluent manner, but I was having these blockages. But to be honest, fault the fault was with me, as I just didn't take the things seriously. So I thought,
And they,
okay, it's a issue,
and
and I just didn't practice on it.
and I guess they weren't very persistent with the therapy, right? The speech therapist.
Yeah,
They, yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's mostly the case, I think, with most of the people. Yeah. Of course, I think and then the main worry for me is that why do people feel that it's their mistake? It's actually not their mistake because this is not what you want to do. But yeah, how did you then start your journey to become fluent? Like, what all techniques did you practice? If you can name them, that will be fine. Even if you can't name them, even that is fine. But I think that you can maybe show it to us.
sure it on sure.
But
To be yeah,
before that, keep that on mind. Keep that Pawandeep on mind. I think that you remember that we have talked that we first have to ask what was the lowest moment as far
Yeah,
as your
it
stammering
can
goes.
it can be done. Yeah. It
Yeah,
can be done afterwards also, I think.
yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
first
yeah,
the
yeah.
techniques, and then you can
Yeah,
start.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so talking to about the things which I have to applied in my life, and I think it just helps me a lot. I don't have any specific name as I just didn't follow to anything like that. As I have my own rules for this, like we are the own, like we do have this, I would say, consciousness. So just on the basic of that, a person must be realize that he has on its own limitations. So for me, I just realize that. So just whenever I have to speak in front of the strangers, or if I have to speak in front of the people, my heartbeat gets, I would say, gets starting fast. So the main thing I did is that I include this, I would say, meditation in my life. As if you are into spirituality, it would just help you to read just discover the things. As you must have the control over your breath. As we human beings, we don't know, like we don't know this process of breathing. Like we are not just conscious about it, so we have to breathe slowly in and slowly out. So like if I am right now doing a meditation, the just process of my meditation is like this. You have to take your like the your all the fingers in this form, and then you have to just breathe in slowly and slowly. It's to would be like slowly in, then you have to hold your breath, then you have to just remove the breath slowly and slowly. So you can do this practice for
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes in a day, and it would make your mind calm. Whenever you have to speak, you just take this thing like while joining this podcast, the thing I did, I just take a deep breath in and out so that I can calm my mind easily. And I do have some to other to, I would say, techniques also. If I was having some presentation, by just God bless, when I was in my college during my college days, all the just presentation I gave there, I just don't have any stammering there. Why? As I was aware that these are the topic which I have to speak. So I used to do practice like, so by night I used to do the topics in front of the mirror. So I used to speak those topics loudly. Like I used to do this practice for 1 or 2 hours. Like the when I just realized, okay, now I'm just being comfortable with these topics, and I have speak a lot. And lot means that you have to speak very much loudly. Like you must just feel like a pain there. You have you have to speak loudly in front of the mirror. And then when I have this presentation, I used to do this like first breathe in and breathe out, then I then used to give the presentation. So you have to make yourself just move out of this comfort zone. As if you are right now in this zone, you won't be able to just to fight this thing. As just during my school days, my school was like not so much to like I didn't so much to like I haven't get so much to explore in my school days, as there was
Sorry,
no like a presentation things. So I was not able
sorry
to
for
express myself there.
Mhm.
So okay,
yeah.
that was a thing. Like I wasn't able to do this thing in my school days, but in my college days, I just realized that if I have to do something in my life, I have to make myself move
Milosh?
out of this zone.
Hey, Milosh,
Yeah.
Tirath,
do you have
you
something
gave
to ask?
a yeah, you gave a really nice explanation about the mirror. This is one of the reason why in Stammer I call. I'm always trying to say to the participants to turn on the camera, just to have that facial memory
Yeah.
increased, so you can use the speaking techniques much better. Now, when you mention school, on the first episode, I touched on the topic that my lowest of the low was in high school, where the suffocation in my breathing started and much aggressive blockages. Can you maybe share to our viewers, like, in which point of your life was the highest crisis and how did it manifest?
Okay. So it was in the last year of my college. I was doing some internship. It was regarding AI research. Like I was a AI just a researcher. So I had some project to do. So for the implementation, I was having this final presentation. I was not confident to enough about the topic I was given. So during the presentation, as I already said that you just must be familiar with the topic you have to speak, and I was not just confident, and I was not having the that stuff to speak. So during the presentation, I was not able to just memorize a single word. Like it was like I would say virtual. Like right now we are having this virtual thing. They were the same thing, but I was not able to just memorize a single word there. Like for a sentence, I was taking a hardly like a minute to speak. So at that time, it just pushed me so much hard. Like I wasn't able to think like why this is just happening to me. Like that thing can never happen to me. Like I wasn't able to just memorize. I would say yeah, a single word, as I was not feeling confident enough to speak. So at that time, I just cried a lot, and I was not also having this stammering sessions also. So nor I went to like a doctor, to any doctor. So I just searched for some doctors, and I just went there. And then they realized when I just went to the doctor, and they were asking so much fees for that. So I realized that it's all like a business for them. They just didn't care about me or to anyone. So I thought like I
That
have
is
to take,
sad.
yeah. So I just thought that I have to just believe in myself own, and I have to take the decisions at my own. So I just started practicing. I just joined this Stammering group where we used to have some daily practices. So there I just started to exploring all these things, and yeah, I think that was my lowest moment in my life,
And
as I was so like
how
embarrassed.
how was the reaction of the professors and colleagues
Uh,
on your
okay.
college?
Reaction of the professor, as the professor was already aware that I have some stammering issue. I think my professor was so understandable. Like he was so aware of these things, and he was like he just I would say didn't say anything, and he was just giving me the time to speak. I took really 20 minutes to speak the presentation, which can be like just done be by 3 4 minutes. So I think some beings there, the people are okay, very much just humble for you. Like not all, like some are there, those who are just there to listen you, and it's very much I would say good and great to see those persons in the life. So yeah.
So,
Nice.
so for you, uh, okay. So for you, I have got a few things to ask. So, uh, what aspects do you feel that you still have to work on to get
Yeah.
your speech at that level where you want it to be? Number one. Number two, in the recent past, and I will say that probably within 1 year, what has been the highest of highs in terms of your speech and the lowest of lows? And what was your feeling during those moments?
Okay. Uh,
So just in the scope of recent years, not the old time, I guess
Yeah.
that is the question.
what was the first question like? The way, like the first question was.
So my first question to you was, what do you feel has to be done more
Okay.
to
Yeah.
make your speech better and to reach your own mindset goal that yes, this is what I want to be.
So I think we all have to examine these things, that all those people who stutter, they want to just I would say finish up the words very quick. I also have the same habit. I know that if I have to speak in like a better way, I have to take the pauses between the words. I have to speak the words slowly and slowly. The more I will speak in a slow manner, the more I will be able to clear in a like just communicate in a good manner. So I'm not able to make myself just remind these things always. Like for like a time period, I know I have to speak like so much slowly, so I'm able to do that. But for my whole, I'm not able to do these things. So I think I have to make myself in like that way, that I am a child, I don't know how to speak. So it's my like it's my first day to speak. So I have these points. According to these points, I have to implement these things, like to speak slow, to take the pauses between the words, and to stretch the alphabets. Like right now I'm talking, so you might be able to just realize that this way of talking is more good, as I'm not just rushing up the words. And as I already told you that my passion lies for the policy making thing. So to reach up to that level, you must be a good communicator. The more you communicate the good, the more the people would be able to understand the things. As my daily routine would be to deal with the just with people, to know what they want. So enable to just get up the things in a real manner, I have to speak in a quiet way so that they are able to understand things.
Yeah.
Also,
I
I
think you
haven't
are
yet.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are correct in terms of the professional life. I think that all of us, I think, even I think people people who are not supposed to talk also, even they have to talk in a fluent manner. And especially as you said, for you, your aim is to basically lead in future. And as a leader, you have to be slow, you have to be crisp with your words. So yeah, correct.
You're right.
And
uh
here,
yeah, yeah.
Tirath, basically my question is, because it was my question for myself, will the will the stamina of appliance of the technique increase over time? When you said you cannot use it the whole day, do you think it will gradually increase so you can use it the whole day? or will the stamina always remain the same?
So see, if you want to take something for just long period of time, you have to do these things in chunks. For example, we are having these Stammering sessions. So for that 1 hour, we are able to implement all those things. So if you want to take this thing like for just we are implementing these things for 1 hour, and we want that in our whole day we might be able to speak like in so that manner, we have to just surround ourselves with such things. So, for example, we have to make ourselves realize this thing. Okay, I have this stammer session for 1 hour, and I'm able to implement these things there. So early in the morning, so just whenever I just get up the time, I must take a book and I have to speak in that manner. I have to take the pauses. I have to stretch up my words. So the more you are able to contribute in these things, so you would realize that these things would gonna be the part of your life again. So for that you have to practice a lot. If you are not
Yeah,
practicing and you are just
but
making these things a remind that you have to speak in this manner, you won't be just be like this.
yeah, but will the stamina, will your strength to apply the technique even outside the samurai increase
Uh,
over time? So you
I
can do
don't
it the
think,
whole day, or
if I may,
yes,
uh,
Yeah,
Pawandeep,
sure.
please.
guys, in my view, I don't think that it's based on the stamina to talk.
Yeah.
Actually, what happens is that we actually lose that mindset to talk in that manner again. We can talk throughout the day. So it's not about the stamina to talk, it's about the stamina to actually remind your mind that this is the way to talk.
Exactly,
That's why I
exactly.
So,
said if
By
you
yes,
have to
that I
just
mean that.
remind, you have to do these things. If you are
Yeah.
not doing these things, you can't make yourself remind that you have to speak in this manner.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
basically, it is stamina to remind yourself to do that.
Yes,
Basically, that is.
and then I think I saw also, I think even the athletes do it. Athletes who are actually playing at that level. So what they also do is something called self-talk.
Yeah,
You have
self
to,
talk.
I think, I'm
it's
sorry,
it's not,
I think it's called the visualization of
uh,
success.
yeah,
Manifest of the things.
yeah, it can be both, but I think it's not the same. Visualization is something when you are probably trying to think within your own self. Self-talking,
Okay. Mhm.
self-talking is something that what you can in your own space, you can actually talk to yourself that this is the way to talk. I will keep reminding myself that I will talk in a slow manner. So it's actually talking to yourself after a few hours every day. Maybe after 3 hours, once you just speak to your own self that Milos, this is what I will do. I am doing good. So yeah, I
That
was
is,
just trying to tell.
I think I heard the official name for that. I think it's self-appreciation.
Yeah,
Self
like
appreciation
it's
thing you
Self-appreciation.
have
fine.
to do for yourself.
Yeah. Be,
One more
be,
thing, Tirath, if I may, Pawandeep.
yeah.
When, when you have a stuttering block in front of the people that do not stammer, what kind of emotions does it trigger for you? Is it
I think
shame or anger or what?
it's a to be emotionally damage to our cell phone. Uh, like you are speaking in front of the people you like. For the example, you just like a girl, and you are just speaking in front of that girl, and you just stutter in a bad manner, and you would realize that what the fuck, like that was a girl I like, and the way I started talking, she would be in the mind like she don't know how to speak. So I think it's like a worst moment, but the only thing is that you have to make yourself realize that it's only about you and you. No one can matter else. So
And
you have to
guys,
okay, focus on okay,
yeah,
yourself. If you are able to just to analyze these things, like I just stutter in front of these people. Now the people would think like he's not able to speak. So we can't just move in our life in a real manner. If you have to move in your life, if you have to reach that aim or something, you just set up for it. You don't have to just these things. You don't have to keep these things in the mind. You only have to see like you want to be selfish for yourself in sense
yeah.
okay I
Exactly.
just stutter so it means it's all
So,
about me. Yeah.
so guys, as you would have heard, that people who have faced stuttering are the actual heroes, because we have faced failures at every moment of our life. And when we see people
Exactly.
talking about failures, uh really bad, sorry, because people who stutter, they have to challenge themselves at every moment, every second of their life, and we actually win over that. I think winning
Yeah.
over yourself is the biggest battle. So,
And
so
also the
basically,
thing I want to just add,
One more thing.
you know
One
there
more
are a
thing.
lot of peoples who are not
yeah,
able to speak.
Tirath, Tirath,
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
think
go
that
ahead.
you made a good point when you think sometimes you have to be selfish in order to help the other people as well. If you take, for example, when you enter the when you enter inside the airplane, right? And then the stewardess appears and she tells you first you have to put yourself a mask and then the child. She doesn't say put the child the mask and then yourself. So first you have to help yourself so you
God,
can
yeah.
help the other people as well. I just wanted to
God help
make that
those who help
clear to the
themselves.
viewers.
okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
God
So,
help those who help themselves. So
Tirath,
you have to first make yourself move out from these things. Then after that, you can just help other people.
absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely true. So, what what has been your highest of highs in the past 1 to 2 years? I am asking you only for the past 1 to 2 years, because this is where your maturity level of your life is the maximum. So you know the best, that what has been the best moment in terms of your speech, especially.
Okay, to be honest, when I was in Maharashtra, like the place where I was studying, so that was on a place where the people just weren't aware about me. Like it was wholly different place for me. So that was it was experimental phase for me. So I used to do these things like, and I think these are the moments for me, like in the past, for the past 1 year, which just defines me, like how I am able to just to adapt myself to according to the situation. So there was this thing like I used to go to the people and talk, like talk in what manner. I don't go for the boys. I used to go for the girls, like to speak. As even if the person who is able to speak in a clear manner. He won't go to the girl and then speak. As you know this thing. So I used to do these things as we are all just grown-ups and we all are just open. And if you are just going directly and just, I would say, having some to just words with some girl, so it's okay, it's fine. You have to just give the respect to her. So I just like used to go to the girl and just to introduce myself and then hi, hello, and I was able to see like uh if I'm just confident, if I'm just confident enough, I'm able to speak in a clear manner, and the girl won't see any like issue with me. Like I just didn't feel that I have any stammering issue at that time, as I was confident enough, like I can go and just to approach a girl up. So it's all about the confidence and all about the achievements I just have. As I told you that from my past, like childhood, I used to stammer. But in my college days, whenever I have to give the presentation in front of the people, like the whole class, I didn't get stutter at once. I was able to speak like confidently to enough. I was able to articulate all the words enough. Also, the ma'am praises me that Tirath, you are having this, I would say, good personality, so you can go far in your life. And that was the thing. Like I just realized that I have to work hard upon myself, as the other people who are able to speak in a clear manner, but they don't have any good skills, like they don't have any good personalities, but we are the people who are facing all these things, but instead of this we are able to just push ourselves. And this is the proud moment for me and all the one who stammered, as
Great.
if as right now we are really just doing the things we want to do. Just beside of this thing, like if I have to go and just give the examination, okay, right now I said we are all having the interviews, and at that time you just have this thing in your mind, like all the candidates there, they are able to speak in a although I would say a good manner, but I'm the one who can't speak. So, but just I would say making yourself realize that you don't have to just, I would say look for the to others. You have to focus on yourself, and then
Yes.
just going and giving the interview and having the job is like a biggest thing. And we're
Yeah.
just fighting for this thing. As you are
Great.
also like a PhD scholar, you also have faced all these things in your life. You have to go and to approach and just give up the interview, and you would be like all the candidates here, they're able to speak in a clear manner. As in the PhD, you have to give the thesis. In the thesis, you have to speak in front of the people, in front of the board. And it's about us. Like we have worked hard so much on ourselves, and we know that what's our value. The people outside us, they don't know the value of
Yeah.
us. But we know that we have been from here to there.
But
Yes. I
Tirath,
think what
even
happens. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
Milos, please. Go ahead. Go
even
ahead.
before, thank you, even before the PhD thesis, you have experienced this talking in defending your bachelor degree thesis, in my case, master degree thesis, and in Pawandeep's the PhD thesis. I think that you hit the nail with the hammer when you said basically when speaking with girls, because you have become a player now, right? You can more easily communicate
Yeah.
with girls.
Because yeah.
I want to say that it's similar things. In my case, the greatest achievement is when you realize that you can accomplish uh, even I mean, you can accomplish the all things that you thought maybe in the past were impossible because of a spammering. So I think that is the greatest. achievement, and I think that you are on this level now.
Yeah,
As to
I think,
also, I would say
yeah,
right for you, Pawandeep. So just right now you are like a teacher or you just a professor, and you have to speak to every day with the students. And I think it's like a biggest task you are doing for yourself. You have to speak every day.
yeah.
Like an as into engineer, we
It's
don't have to speak
actually,
every day in front of so many people.
I think
I mean,
that,
I have.
I think that
I
you
have.
guys, you guys will have to, as you have just begun working, maybe, Tirath. I think when you grow to a senior level, when you probably go to a managerial level, even you have to speak every single day. So yeah,
I wanted to
the
say the
main,
same thing. Just because you are a programmer like me, I have each day for sometimes even 4 meetings daily where you need to be very active.
yeah,
There is no pausing. If you are not active and just a bystander, you will
yeah,
not accomplish the results on the job. So be prepared for that on the programming job. Yeah.
yeah. And then,
I totally
guys, one thing that I want to share is that viewers, never self-doubt yourself. Self-doubts will creep in, but you have to keep motivating yourself because life is long and there have to be various phases in life. Every phase won't be low. You have to keep yourself ready to cash in on the nice phases of life also. So for that, you have to keep working on yourself. Okay, so
And
now, yeah,
let the doubt be your inner motivation. So
yeah,
the doubt should be your strive to work harder,
yes,
basically. Yeah.
and
yeah,
also I just wanted
Peter,
to just to add up one thing. Don't just get, I would say, set up the things for the less. Like I have seen the people who just, I would say, set up the things which are less for them. As always, aim for just high.
yeah,
The more you aim high, the just more you will go and grow.
yes, yes. Okay, Tirath, uh, what has been your, so I don't want to go negative, but I think that with all the things that we have spoken, I think we have to also share those moments also. What has been your lowest of lows in the past few months or past few years?
Okay. So also there is some case like when I was just preparing for the civil service examination. Uh, I was with a group where on the daily basis they were just giving some topic to speak on. So I have this thing in my mind like whenever I have to speak in front of the people who are at like at this skill level, they are at like the person whom in front I have to speak. He was an bureaucrat, like at the top level bureaucrat. So I have to speak in front of the like him. So I always stammered. Like I stammer in a, such a bad manner. Like I, it was all virtual, and there was some topic I have to speak on. Every guy and girl they were speaking at their own, but I was keeping some notes like just beside me, and I was speaking from those. But instead of that, I was not able to speak from the notes also, as my confidence level was so much low, as I was like there's so many people and all the people are have to achieve so much in their life and I have to speak in front of them. So every like for a whole year I was with that group and I wasn't able to, I would say, give my speech properly. So I did one thing and it
So
was the
what
lowest for
all
me. And
What
that
all?
was that. Yeah, yeah.
What were your feelings? Were you getting like feared? Were you getting scared? Or
It
were you
was
probably
mix. It was
okay?
mix. As there was some words in my mouth, but I was not able to just go through it. It was
Mhm.
like being there, but I don't know why I used to be mom. I used to try being so much harder for myself that I was just pushing me to speak, but I don't know the words were not being out. So I used to do that. Okay, one thing, and I just respect my values, but there I just downgraded. As
That
though I
is
used to do
that
this one thing,
uh,
So was
the
it
speech,
that
the
spasm.
speech. I used to just record the speech on my phone, and I used to keep my camera off. Then when there was my turn, I used to keep that my phone in front of the speaker. Then I just recorded the video. Then yeah, I was like mute, and my phone was speaking there.
nice? But
But
so were you when you were in this phase of your life? My the question that I want to ask you is that were you knowing the methods to actually
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
slowly and then do
yeah,
all those things?
yeah. I was applying all those things. The only
Okay.
thing I want to say, all the viewers, it's all about the confidence. If you don't have any confidence though just within you, and you apply all those things you have
Yes.
learned, you won't be able to go through these things, as
Yes.
you might have some confidence to speak.
Confidence
I
can.
do agree. I'm sorry, I do agree, but um, we can even take it a step further. And when you feel the low confidence, you should at least have the confidence in the speech technique that it will not abandon you. And I think
Yep.
that is a good bounce off. For me, when I am low, I know that I can at least have the confidence on the speech technique. Yeah.
I think that I think that uh, we can we can do something on this in future, Milos. So
Most
so
definitely.
as he said, as he was saying that uh, people do not have that belief to actually talk. So probably in future, if our viewers can say yes or no to it, we can actually start a virtual call session every weekend for 1 hour, where all our guests can actually share their feelings, and probably they can just talk, just fluently talk.
Yeah, we can see how we can do the best implementation of this podcast format so it works for all.
Yeah,
But we can definitely make a poll for voting regarding different
absolutely.
topics. But
Absolutely.
what I wanted basically, because we are getting close to the end of this historical
Session.
first guest experience Unblock Your Stutter podcast. If Tirath can maybe share some last words for the
Okay,
viewers. Yeah,
see, uh I would just go with one thing, like there's a book with me. I would just go and read some lines. I want my viewers, like I'm a writing speaker. I want my viewers, who one is like seeing the video, like to speak in this manner, and you have to just practice these things for 1 hour in your life, in on the daily basis. So you will see the results. Also start doing meditation things, like just breathe in and just breathe out. You will make your mind at peace, and if your mind is at peace you will feel just confident to speak. So I will just go through a book and like a paragraph, like that way you have to speak in your, like, with whom you are speaking
please.
to. Yeah.
Perfect. Just one last question, Tirath. So for the next guest here, who will be here next week, what one question is there that that like probably you would want uh, us to probably ask him? What will be that one question?
Okay.
That is a good one. Yeah.
Okay. So if like so every guest who would be joining to you on your podcast, I would like them to ask this thing. Like right now, you have taken up this initiative where you are just all those who have faced these things are just coming there and just showing their experiences. So I want like to ask those persons, uh, if like I have seen the people who were having the same things like us, now they are able to speak in a confident manner. And if you just, I would say, met some person who's, I would say, the way of speaking is more just better than us, who is like at this level. As so, everyone has their own phases. I have seen the people also. We have so many people. For example, in India, we have this Ritik Roshan. You might be aware. Right now, if you see the interview of that person, he's able to articulate in a well mannered way. So you just ask them, like, was there some this transition phase from here to there, and how they have to achieve, and also as I'm not working. So if he or she is a working professional, has this stammering issue has to be impacted their life, their jobs? As I don't know about this thing. For example, if there are two people and the one who stammers, he got some nice skills, but the one who doesn't stammer, he's like quite okay. But is there any like issue being faced by them in their jobs, that
Okay.
one is being just, I would say, promoted, and that one other one is not? So in that way,
Great, great,
yeah,
Tirath.
you can go through
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Miloš,
Thank you.
any last words for the video?
Yeah, I don't have no new rhymes. I will save the new rhymes for the next video. The new motivational rhymes, guys. I am sorry. I love to rap. I love to rhyme things. So don't take it too hard. Uh, yeah. Um,
I just want
Tirath,
to speak up the
one
lines.
short motivational message.
Please,
We are
sure.
exploring the
Go
techniques,
on.
but
Go on.
just one short motivational message. That would be good.
Perfect.
Okay, so we are
Tirath.
all the son of God. Like we are the part of the God. We in the part and the parcel of the God Krishna. Like for me, there's my Krishna. For you, you have some other and some other and some other. All are same for us. I'm the part and the parcel of that Lord. So I have all the, I would say, capabilities to do all those things. So just I want. So we have to make this thing realize that we are like God. We are the son of the God, and we have this power to overcome these things. It's only about the mindset you have. If you have the right mindset to go, you can go far ahead. But always keep this thing in mind, that you have to keep the Almighty, the just God, with you. You have to pray to every day for the better life, and make the God as your friend, as your dad, as your brother, I would say. And always share all the things of your life with the God, as I know the Almighty is listening to us. And I think, yeah, I also do the same things. I have this
Thank you.
motivation that I'm the part and the parcel of that, I would say, with God. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
you
yeah,
very much.
Miloš, please.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your perspective, your feedback, and we appreciate that you have joined with us
Thank you,
in this.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you.
So we had our first guest here. I do hope that the viewers would have liked our video, the first video. We will promise you that we will try to bring one new guest every week, and our aim is to make their life journeys. They want to share it with you guys so that you can also learn. So last one word from me: believe in yourself. Thank you, guys.
Believe.
See you again.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Bye
is
bye.
Thanks for being here.
Bye, guys.
goodbye, guys. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.